Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where last episode we weren't this color. Well, okay then. There was a patch, and I was going to say that I hoped that that fixed the AI. Apparently it changed our nation color. I don't hate it, but it's definitely strange. We're on version 4.0.23 at this point, and we might wonder what was actually put into this. The answer is that there are a couple of balance changes and a bunch of bug fixes. It's nothing too major, although apparently there's some Shroud-related stuff. We'll probably figure that out eventually. But I was not expecting for it to change our color. Okay. Can we change it at this point? I don't think we can. But sure, this is our color now. This is our life. I guess that's fine. So over here on Glugabin, we can actually, can we clear off a tile blocker? Yes, growing floodplains. And that is only energy credits? Okay, good. So that seems fantastic. This construction ship is currently idle, and we're going to need it to move its way down over here, but it's not ready to build in Vanico yet. We're wanting to survey our way down this direction because we know, wait, these guys are a different color now too, aren't they? I think the map colors overall changed. That's awkward. I would not pick this color, to be honest, but here we are. We'll just deal with it. It's fine. So at this point, this construction ship is heading up to Roscon, and we're getting Bardigan filled out. That seems okay. The question is, do we want to start building up our military fleets? At this point, I feel like we don't really have any major
Growth
threats.
continues.
These guys are currently guaranteeing us, and they're protective of us, so that sounds absolutely great. Nothing too much to be done there. We can go build our starbase here, and this fleet I'm going to send over. That's a lot. That's also a lot. If we're going to take those, we need to be grouped together. So I'm going to send this fleet up over to here to clear out these shardlings. But then this fleet, we can pick a trait. That's absolutely fine. And then we can reinforce this fleet somewhat. That's going to be mostly food. Let's get that going. And how many is that actually? Oh, wow, that's actually quite a lot from all of these. Let's move up to Ustir with this fleet for now. I do want them to be based out of Plant Heart, but for the moment, this will be fine. Now, it just terraformed this world, and that's fantastic. Absolutely great. I do want to get another science world going, I feel like. The question is, what do we want it to be? Well, this is a pollinating world. This is currently a photosynthesis world, and I think that's fine to leave it like that for now. This is a pollinating world as well, and that's okay for the moment. This is a crucible world. We'll leave that be. This is a photosynthesis world, allegedly. But hello. This Cradle of Rebirth needed to be repaired. We're lacking food to do that. We can just buy some food. That's okay. So we're going to repair that. That seems good. And I'm wondering about Cradles of Rebirth on all of our new worlds. I don't think we have them, do we? So we need to do a Cradle of Rebirth on every single world to generate that sweet, sweet biomass. And that's going to be a lot of food overall. But I absolutely do want to get this going. We've got all of these new worlds here. This has an alloy foundry on it already. Okay, that's fine. So that's noted. This is actually potentially a very solid science world. I am going to put a Cradle of Rebirth on here, but then I'm going to designate this as being a cogitation world. So that'll be okay. This world here is kind of mediocre, but we'll get a Cradle of Rebirth there. This is also potentially a good science world. I don't know that I want to do too much in terms of getting science worlds going. I do definitely want to get all these Cradles of Rebirth in, though. So let's get all of that rolling for now. So that looks good. And we'll get Vanico surveyed eventually. That's actually going pretty well. We just finished terraforming here, which of course means we need a Cradle of Rebirth. And we'll get more of those terraformations finished up soon enough. So we do have this arc furnace out over here. We can't upgrade it as of right now. But this is still a pretty decent system for us to have. No doubt about it. We're happy to have that arc furnace. So that's fantastic. Now, this construction ship, I really want to get constructing.
Continues.
But we're not ready for that yet. We just finished construction here in Bardigan. Okay. I'm just thinking, do we need this number of construction ships at this moment? I'm going to disband this one. I feel like we really don't need it. Ah. Perfect timing, actually. So these guys, they spawned here. And yeah, our expanding mining operations provoked them. We knew this was going to happen, but we just happen to have a fleet here. I don't know if this fleet is capable of taking all of these, but they're not going to attack all of us at once because they're working on those stations. We're not attacking them.
Growth continues.
Can we attack them, please?
Mining station severed.
Why aren't we attacking them? I mean, we kind of are, but we're not doing very much to them. It's because we're trying to take out these swarms, I think. Yeah, we're trying to point defense the swarms. Understood. Well, this is rough. No doubt about that, but that's okay. We will come back to Bardigan. There's not a problem with that. We have additional forces heading up to Ustir, and this is okay. Just awkward timing. I wish we'd actually fight them, and fight them a couple at a time instead of, 3 at a time. Let's go ahead and retreat this. And yeah, they're going to absolutely... Oh, where is this? Ah, battle stations. Okay, so we've got hostile aliens here, which of course means we need to evade hostiles and head up over this direction. No. Move here, then go here. Then go here, then go here. There's no connection here. It connects out this way.
Old growth cleared for new life.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. So the galactic market has been established. That's absolutely fine. No problems there. And we've got a first contact event that we can work on. So that seems absolutely great. So this construction ship is ready to build here, which we definitely want to do. And we want to build our mining stations up in Roscott. But this being in Bardigan, of course, means that we have to go all the way around this way to make our way up here. So that's awkward. We've got this science ship here. It was supposed to go out over here, but it forgot, and that's fine. We'll just reissue that order, and we'll get our mining stations and our research stations out over here. So this science ship is very slowly making its way around. That's going to be a tedious process. There's no doubt about that. So that's understood. Let's go through our worlds here. We determined that this was going to be a cogitation world. So I want to do a specialization here, and this will be a think stem, I think. Yes, this will be a think stem. We'll get that going, and we want to get some research roads going in all of these areas. Perfect. So we'll get going on that for now. That seems okay.
The wild expands.
And we're definitely making some solid economic growth, but we need more of that. That's very clear. So these guys have retreated back to here. Let's take them to Clendath for now. This is, of course, where their shipyard is, and they can go get repairs there. So we took heavy damage here, and I'm going to reinforce this fleet, and we'll get them repaired. And we're going to come back to Bardigan. Absolutely. Unfortunately, we did basically no damage to this swarm. That's very sad. I would still like to figure out how we can get these upgraded. Because these are juveniles as of this moment, and I don't know how to actually get them to grow. So that's an interesting question, for sure. How do we get them to grow? That seems like something that we're very interested in figuring out. Very, very interested in figuring out. So we do have some reinforcements in transit at this moment, but I'm kind of thinking that we head up over this way. If we can fight these one at a time... Oh, they're very grouped together. Maybe that's not the case. This is also going to be pretty tough out over here. We're going to have to reinforce these, I think. We're already over our naval cap, so that's a bit of an issue. I do want to get some anchorages going. So let's get an anchorage going here. That's 9. And we need food. 10. 11. And this will be 12 of 12. Okay. So that seems good for now. And we're, of course, going to be working down over here on building these mining stations, but once again, we're lacking food. So we'll buy in a little bit of food, and we'll get that going. We're full on minerals. Let's sell off some minerals. Perfect. Do we have a cap of how much trade we can have? 60,000. Okay, that's a lot of trade. So that's understood for the moment. These guys are getting repaired.
Growth continues.
And we lost very few ships here, actually. Let's go ahead and reinforce this again. And that'll be fine. So we're making all of these juveniles, right? And we still have the question of how do we get them to mature? Obviously, there's a way to do that. So where would it be? I don't suppose it would be in here? No. Maybe there's a construction that we need to have them be docked at. We could check, like, our mega structures. Dyson Swarm Array only. Okay. So how do we get these to upgrade? We've already determined that we've got the juvenile and the mature here. So that's noted. And we can build them directly as mature, which is a theoretical option, but I feel like it's going to be a lot more efficient to build them as juveniles and then mature them. At least I would think that that would be more efficient. The real question is, how do we go about doing it? So I don't think we have anything in here. We checked this. And there wasn't anything in here that I could see. We're just not making progress on that maturation. Maybe this is a system we've not unlocked yet, and we require a tech to do that. That's a possibility. I would think it would be under society if that's the case. So this gives us access to elder maulers and supplementary organs. Ah, growth progress rate. Gotcha. So that's what we would need. I'm still going to do deep crust engineering for now. But now that we know how that works, that's fine.
How
So
curious.
the POTAP station is down here. This one was intended to be a defense station. So we're going to have this be gun batteries and disruption field
Growth
generator.
continues.
We do need to build our research stations down here. We'll need more food, and I'm just going to buy in 5k for that. We'll let the sun swallow this. That's okay. And we'll build our mining stations here. Okay. So we need this construction ship to do something, but we don't have anything for it to do yet. We need to get a science ship up over there. So for now, that's fine. This one, we can't build the stations. Why not? We have to have moat stabilization because these are combined together. Okay. We'll come back to that later then, and we'll move into Shutra for now. Cool. So that all seems fine for the moment. Now, on Bugra, which is our cogitation world, our think stems are being worked on, and that seems absolutely great. Now, we don't have the number of available districts here less than or equal to 10. Interesting. So in that case, we could definitely build... I think we're going to need communal biomes, right? Because these do give housing. I'm going to build one of these, but I'm also going to build one of each of these. So we'll do that for now.
Growth
But
continues.
number of available districts less than or equal to 10 is a wild way to do this. It used to be based on pop count, but this means that it's going to be harder to upgrade the planetary root bundle on larger worlds. So that's interesting. Okay, so at this point, we have all of these stations that are now done. So these out over here, they're going to become anchorages, and we're going to have them be anchorages like this, and then a crew gestation chambers for now, I guess. Not that it's actually going to be all that useful, but we might as well do that for now. Or I suppose we could do a resource reprocessor. That would be more useful. Hang on, that was the wrong one. A resource reprocessor is not available here. Okay. So in that case, I will go with the resource silo for now. Okay, then we've got ourselves resource reprocessors up here. Gotcha. I want these to be anchorages, and then this is going to be resource silos like this. So each of these anchorages is going to give us a couple of naval cap, and that will be a useful thing for now. There we go. So those are underway at this point, and that looks absolutely fine. So we've got these forces up over here, and we now know that we need to have our juveniles have a component here. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. So these require food upkeep. This is growth process rate. This is also growth process rate. But this costs a lot less food. And it's the same growth process rate. Oh, effect on own fleet. Do you think that stacks? It's a power usage of 5, but that's fine. I wonder if that stacks. So in the mature, I still want them to have growth process coming in. So that means that we need to get all of these upgraded immediately. So we're going to find out if that stacks or not.
System
We need to do the
observed.
same thing, of course, for our maulers here. So this is mature, and this is a metabolic recycler, and then this is corrosive fluids. So we can't actually get these to go without that tech. That's okay. For the moment,
Vessels
we'll just leave it be.
strengthened. Vessels
Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to check here. Total growth progress, 1. Okay, so now we know it does not stack. But it's still cheaper. So that seems absolutely
System
fine to do it
witnessed.
this way. Pretty sure. But yeah, we've got the friendly aura there, but it doesn't stack up. That's understood. It's going to take 60 months to get these
path
matured up,
must be
but that's
chosen.
absolutely fine. I don't mind that. So if we check in on our shipyards here, my question is, what's the building cost differential between juveniles and matures? Well, the answer is that it's actually kind of minimal. If it takes 5 years to mature from a juvenile to a mature, I mean, we can build juveniles twice as fast. And they are cheaper. But long term, that food upkeep is probably going to be net negative. Well, maybe not net negative, but it's going to be pretty close to a wash. It'll still be, I think, more beneficial to build the juveniles and then upgrade them. And I think it's more interesting to go that way. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to do a self-imposed rule here. We are only allowed to build juveniles, and we have to mature them. I think that's more interesting than building them at a higher maturation level. I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to do it. We're going to build them as juveniles and mature them up. But I wonder how that's going to affect our... Well, this is just Slasher class Weavers and Trichome class Maulers, so that should be absolutely fine. So we're reinforcing these, and these reinforce as juveniles.
Vessels
So yeah, that's
adapted.
absolutely fine. Looks perfect. So we'll get going on that. And we now have some growth rate going on here. That's wonderful. I do want to get this guy reinforced, but we need a few more alloys, which is fine. First contact event pending, sure. And an asteroidal entity has been discovered in the Burritos system. Okay, so that's another Kuthaloid. Noted. Where'd our science ship go? It's currently missing. Okay. Well, we've definitely got some things that we need to get rid of over here. These guys are pretty strong. But this is not. And we see that this definitely connects here and then here. So we need to get down here ASAP. So we're going to get these guys heading on through. But they're going to go through the Bardigan system, and we actually can't have them do that. So they're going to come this way, and that's going to take them a while. Oh, they need to upgrade here. Do so.
Vessels strengthened.
There we go.
The path is
now
laid.
they can head down this direction. Cool. So they're on their way there. That looks fine. This construction ship needs to build research stations here and then a starbase here. This construction ship needs to build a starbase. This construction ship is idle, and there's not much we can do about that. And this construction ship, it's basically waiting on this. I'm going to disband it for now. I don't want to keep the upkeep for the moment. We'll build it later,
Growth
maybe,
continues.
but for now, this is fine. So we've got this Crucible world here, and we probably want to build more smelting pools here, just to produce additional alloys. That'll be a very good thing for us. We'll get going on that, and Conquer Nature. Sounds good. Correctional bisection or military buildup? Doesn't really matter. Well, I'll go for correctional bisection. I'm not planning on doing too much military, although we're currently actively building up our military, but that's fine. I'm not too worried.
Life
So we do
stirs in the
have a
void.
world over here that we can colonize, which we're going to do. And then we have a world over here that we can't colonize yet. So that's okay. Taprebe up over here is definitely
The
something that we
wild
can grab.
expands.
And Shutra is now done. Let's build our mining stations out over this way. Looks good. So we have a pretty sizable chunk of the galaxy, and we're still expanding and looking at getting more.
System
So that looks
witnessed.
absolutely excellent. I would love to continue to reinforce this fleet here, the Blossoming Corolla, and I'm going to do so. We got to be getting close to getting this thing maxed out. So that looks good.
The
Okay,
wild
more first
expands.
contact event pending. That's the space amoebas. Gotcha. That is so much. There is so much down there. So we have boosted up our naval capacity to 150 at this moment, but we're still working on this. Now, this fleet here, it's not fully upgraded, but that's okay. We're still maturationing even without them being fully upgraded because we have the AoE at this point. So that looks good. We can
Growth
max out
continues.
adaptability, which I want to do, and then I kind of want to take toxic terraforming. What do we need for that? Detox requires climate restoration. So we can't do that yet. These are our current options, and I think technological ascendancy is probably the best one here. We could go grasp the void for more star bases, but I'm not sure I care about that yet. Empire size from planets minus 50%, or max districts +2 for a decision. Mastery of nature. Maybe. Maybe. But I still think technological ascendancy is really good. Actually, this is not as good as it used to be. It used to be a 10% boost. Enables research-focused policies and chance for rare technology research options plus 50%. This isn't as good as it used to be, I don't think. Okay. Imperial prerogative it is.
Growth continues.
So that dropped our empire size by a full 100, which is good. A non-aggression pact with the Union of Izk Center. We absolutely agree to that. We're trying to be peaceful, after all. And we're going to build our mining stations here, and then we're going to go grab Taprebe, which is skipping over Gamma Refuge, so it is going to be a bit on the... a bit on the expensive side, but let's go survey down over here and see what we can get out this way. Beautiful. So our science ship here is currently idle, and we just have to go survey Hope's End. We don't really have much of a choice. This is idle, and there's not much we can do about that. This is idle. We can move out over to... I don't want to build mega structure. I want to move here. We can move out over this direction. So that's fine for now, and this fleet is slowly making its way in. The end of the Habint Unified Worlds. Okay, sure. Well, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to work on... Ooh, a terraforming candidate. Excellent. We're going to work on getting our science up. We definitely need to work on this. Our science is not strong, and I would like to get at least one more science world, possibly more, probably more. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Rornaz, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.